All right, 1 minute. 1 minute. I'm sorry. I just want to put a little lotion on the little old lady hand. You know I'm getting old, so the little old lady needs some lotion on her hands. All right. Yes, 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 yes. All right, all right, all right. All right. Shalom and shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this devil platform with another message. I will say there's a lovely, lovely evening in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. Coming with a good topic, and it's going to surround why the servants can't unite. This is why the servants can't unite. And when I say why the servants can't unite, I'm not speaking of this is what God said, the Most High Yah. I'm speaking of me, myself, being a servant, a prophetess in the wilderness, in the body of Christ, the body of Hamashiach. I speak as one in this of why the servants can't unite. In the book of Revelation, chapter 7, and let me just go there. In the book of Revelation, chapter 7, I see and I hear in spirit and truth and how the Father characterized those that are to be sealed by the seal of Yah. Okay. And as I behold chapter 7, okay, and verse 3, I stay firm in that. I hold firm because that's a whole thing that's actually taking place, that has taken place already. It has already taken place, you guys. And I hold firm to it. Firm, and never will let it go. It says in Revelation chapter 7, verse 3, he's telling the four angels on the corner of the earth. That means the whole world. He's telling them to, this is what he say, verse 3, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, until we have sealed the servants of Ahiah in their forehead. So the Father is calling them first and foremost. I like that. I love it. Because what a lot of people want to do, they want to categorize their purpose and their calling to be set up in an order in which they feel that they can say who they are or what position or what purpose or who they are in the Most High Yah. No, no, no. Like say for instance, me myself, if he told me that I was a prophetess, okay, then not only is he saying you are a prophetess, but it's okay to say that you are what you are in the spirit. Why? Because he called you first in the spirit realm. He called you from heaven with a holy calling, with a holy purpose. 99 point trillion don't know their purpose, don't know their calling. You see, but because one knows their purpose, knows their calling, from where? From where? Where do it come from? Where can I find it? The heavens has already assigned it, predestined, ordained it, and knew me before I was in my mother's womb. First and foremost, if I'm going to take on the position that I know that the Spirit has called me to in the body of Hamashiach, in the body of Christ, there's no way I'm not going to claim it from the mountaintop. I don't care how afraid people are and fearful people are. They were then, and when they knew who they were, what did they do? They killed them. They did all kinds of things to them. They suffered. But do you think they suffered before being a father, a king? You think they suffered for being a man? No, they suffered for being what? They're calling from heavens, a prophet. How about that? How about that? And see, this is where I'm saying people don't know spirit and truth. Because in this, where we're at, you should know your purpose, if there's a purpose in you from the Most High Yah. See, most people don't know. It's because they don't know, or because they're afraid to say, because they don't know if they're worthy to uphold or worthy to consider, wait a minute, this is my position from heaven. I'm going to claim what he called me on the earth to do. You see? And people don't, and always felt, oh, when they don't say that they're prophets in the Bible, that's a lie from the pit of hell. Why do you think they got killed? And why is the Bible speaking of prophets that were servants of the Most High Yah for us today, if we are to claim them now that they dead? But what about when they was alive? They claim not the positions in which they were called? Come on now. And this is another thing that interferes with the title. Why the servants can't unite. Because people who have the ability to bring the body of Hamashiach into some oneness, they don't want to do it because they want to be in full control. They want to tell you how to walk, how to talk, how to look, how to eat, how to speak, how to read, what you believe in, how you believe in it. You know, they want the full knowledge, the full wisdom, and the full understanding come from them and out of them and them only. And that's why the body of Christ, which is the body of Hamashiach, is all over the place, scattered. One don't know the other. And that's real sad. Why? Because he have already, Revelation chapter 7 has already marked his. He has already marked his. How do you know that, Deborah? Because the floods and the hurricanes and all these things that have taken death, that was the angels on the four corners releasing that stuff, in case you don't know that. So the mark of the Most High God has been marked in the foreheads of those that are of a servant of Yah. And you notice that he didn't say go and mark the house of Israel, the tribe of Judah. No, he called them his servants, y'all. If you don't know you are his servants, then don't be on this platform listening to Sister Deborah. Don't waste your time. Because these messages is not for you. Press on. Because this is too potent. It's too potent. What's the opposite of Yah? Satan. So this platform that Sister Deborah is speaking on, it's not for you. So as I look here in Revelation chapter 7 and verse 3, he says, this is the angel from the east that the Father sent down to make sure he takes down the seal of the Most High God to the four angels on the four corners of the what? The world. And what did he say? Did he, verse 3, it says, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees. That was these hurricanes been going on a month or so, y'all. Okay? And he's saying, don't hurt them till we have sealed the servants of Yah. What's wrong Why is everybody so ashamed of being represented by who Yah called you to be? How many times have Sister Deborah put up a video explaining to you, know who you are, know your purpose, know your calling from the Most High Yah? What did He put in your spirit? What did He say in a quiet moment? How did He humble you to become what? You see, nobody seems to know. Now, here I love it the way it's said, because I like the word servants of Yah in their forehead. He did not say seal the house of Israel. He did not say seal the tribe of Judah. Seal first and foremost the servants, because the servants is not the whole house of Israel, you guys. It's not the whole tribe of Judah. It's only those that He called from the heavens to serve Him. And I love that. And that's why I say never tell someone who they are in the body of Hamashiach. It's not your calling, your purpose, nor your duty. And it has mentioned it in many times in the scriptures. Don't tell, you can't tell the right arm who the left arm you're not allowed, or you're not wanted. It ain't for us, you all. It's we in the body are servants of the Most High Yah. And this is why the servants can't connect and unite in such a critical time. What time is this, Deborah? This is it, y'all. He had to mark his because of what he knew he was pulling up in Revelation. He had to mark his because he know he's about to rumble. But he wanted his sealed in the forehead. Why does the seal of Yah has to be sealed in the forehead? Because the forehead is representing the flesh of that individual. Because I got them in the spirit already. I got them in the spirit. Just seal them in their forehead. So when them trees and them hurricanes come, they'll go around them because the seal is in their forehead. The hurricanes and the trees and all these things and the sea don't know who you are in the spirit. That's why the Father wants you to be sealed in the forehead. They're going to see that spiritual seal in your flesh and no, not. Stand down. Don't mess with that flesh. That's mine. That's mine. How is it? How are you his? That's my servant. That's my servant. You see? So what did the sea have to do? Calm his tail down. What do the trees have to do? Stand up like they got some sense. And what else was there? The trees, the sea, and the earth. Earth have to do the what? Bow down, get out the way. That's my servant, and don't you go near it. You see, this is what the Father. Now, look, isn't that beautiful? How He's letting He know, I got you. I got you, baby. So this is a reason why the servants of the Most High Yah can't unite. This here telling you He called us out as servants to the angels that had the seal. Now, what's the problem with He can call us as one in Him as servants, but we can't be on the earth in unity, come together, work together, reason together. What problem? That's a problem, don't y'all think? You don't think that's a problem with that? That don't even sound right. He calling us as His servant, one, and He's one in Him, but we can't come to the earth. We can't be down here sealed in the forehead working together. Y'all don't think there's something wrong with that? That's a big time wrong with that. That's showing you it's our flesh gets in the way. Our flesh wants so much out of individual to where we want what we want out of them, not what Yah has called them into the body to do. We want more out of them as if they have to answer to us. That's why there's no uniting. That's why you see different camps and different groups moving out, getting communities and even families in their homes, setting themselves off. Baby, just because you got a family and you set off, it's not the body of Hamashiach. That's not the body. Only one knows the body. No, let me not say that. It could be the body. Don't get me wrong. It could be the body. But the Father comes to bring the division in the family for a reason. For that same reason, I'm trying to say it right. It's because we think because we are the head of our household, that everything in our household is holy than thou. That's why the Father allowed these things to come up in the household, because we think that we can mold and shape the service of Yah in our household. You can't, baby. Why? It'll be beautiful if you could. I'll be the first one putting my children up. That's how everybody see mine. As the best, that's how they see them. But the truth of the matter, I have accepted the order and the will of my Father. You do what you do best. But don't think I don't be on my knees every day and throughout the day saying, Father, this is just a prayer of a mother. That's what I say to the Father. This is just a prayer of a mother. But never would I try to climb on top of your will. I let the Father know it's no way I would want to climb on top of his will or think that I'm someone above him. No way. No way. So even out in these camps, these men are being fed. And I want to tell y'all something. A lot of them are being fed so much negative, they're preparing for war. Not even seeing that you're already warring against each other. Why ain't you preparing to get your nation together? No, they can't do that. They got to have this camp over here is called bologna. This camp over here called roast beef. This camp over here called Camp Mobile or whatever. They want to have all their camps. And if you put all them camps together, well, guess what they'll do, y'all? Probably kill each other. Because they can't come on one accord. They can't come into one unity. It's nothing in them, in spirit and truth, that say, come on, pull up, y'all, into one unity. They won't do it. Because what has happened, you guys, people have took on this same mindset of Satan. All Satan wants to do in heavens is control and power. That's what he wanted. That's all he thought that he could, and he could be entitled to. This is what happens when people praise you. This is what happens when people put you on pedestals on these devil platforms. This is what happens. They begin to see you like a god. And see, when he was in the heavens, that's what he thought he was. He figured all these angels, they following me. They like me. They see me to be this and this. Oh, wait a minute. I think I can be the head. When that's how it is on these devil platforms. That's why you got people thinking they somebody and thinking they famous because they got subscribers and likes. And what happens? They do the same thing Satan do. They go after the power to control. They go after wanting to rule. And this is why the body of Hamashiach, the servants that's in the body, can't come into one unity. It's because too many are claiming positions that they were not called from heavens. They just see a way that, hey, all these people love me, all these people like me. Like you got that Pastor Dow guy. He'd be on TV. What do you see him doing? Drinking, strong drink here, beer here, and speaking about the Most High Yah. Same thing, cursing on the pulpit in his sanctuary, cursing like a chimney. This is why when you get to the point where you got so many likes and so many subscribers, you beyond. You done turned into something that is not of God, okay? And this is the reason why, you guys, you can't come together. These people who have come together, they have made their own unity. They have made their own group that they think the Father gonna pick up them and take them through the promised land, to the promised land. They really feel that. Oh, they really feel it. So what happens? When the Father come and get what? His servants, and they're left, what's gonna happen? You think that ain't, you see what I'm saying? That's what you call hardcore pain, y'all. That's come from, woo, that's it's no different in the parable of the 10 virgins. 5 went into the door and the door was slammed, and the other 5 was left on the other side. That's deep. That's why when you see about Noah and the ark, Sodom and Gomorrah, nobody comes out. 7 on Noah's side with the animals, and what, really 3 on Lot. His wife came out, but she ceased right then and there. But I'm just showing you how it's not going to rumble the way you say it rumble. And this is the reason why the servants of the Most High Yah can't come together. I like what he says here, because he's telling the 4 angels on the 4 corners, before you do the damage I've sent you down to do, mark mines in their forehead. Now, when the servants go out and do this, don't think when the servant mark them in their forehead, they see them as what? One unit. They see all the ones that they have marked in one unit. They don't see them, oh, I'm on the east of the earth, I'm on the west of the earth, or I'm on the south of the earth, and I'm on the north. They see them as what? One unit. That's what? Marked by the Most High Yah. What's the problem then, y'all? What's the problem? This is the problem. Why the servants can't unite is because what we did is we decided that we are better. I'm better than you. You better than me. I'm better than you. You better than me. You know, and I got more than you got. You have nothing. I'm going this way, and this way, and mines are going this way. It's because what has happened is they have decided in their hearts, okay, that it's better to go our own way than to go in the unity in which it makes sense too. Because what I also want to say to you all, that he gave me this evening, he said, Deborah, because to travel alone, they're going to wish they was in unity before they travel. You see what I'm saying? And not only that, he's saying that the other things are still going to take place. It would have been better if they gotten together before. Why? Because look, the storm and everything that's taking place, it's gonna go around them, but it ain't gonna stop you from feeling this thing, seeing these things. But when you in that one body, then you understanding it to the fullness. You miss out if you don't have everybody in the body, y'all. It's really pretty much what I'm saying. Let me kind of give you a little. Let me cover this here. So I love how it's mentioned in Revelation chapter 7, servants of the Most High Yah. He's not talking about those who are not servants. I love that. He could have at any time say, pull up the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah, mark all of them. He's letting you know it's not all of them, though, Deborah. I know, Father, they don't. It's only my servants. And y'all don't even understand. The servants are marked from branded from heaven, but he's trying to mark their flesh. So the earth will bow down to them. If anything go on, you're going to have to skip over this one because it's marked so you can see. Earth, tree, sea. That's how powerful this message is. I love it because I love the idea of letting people know, letting you all know. If you are the servants, he's calling you his servants. Somewhere in him, he feel you serve him. And he want to mark you. And it's nothing wrong with telling people you are a servant of the Most High Yah. Sister Deborah ain't ashamed. I'm not ashamed to say I'm a prophetess in the wilderness. People don't even know what the wilderness is. They don't even understand the mighty right hand who create those areas. Why would he have brought them through the wilderness if where they was at in Egypt was better than where he was taking them. See? And I'm quite sure many of them tell you that they still prefer where they end up stuck in, which was the wilderness, versus being stuck in Egypt. Because they didn't give him a chance, you guys. Because these people, they was murmuring before they even got to the wilderness. They was cutting up. They had the mindset to do stuff like that. They wasn't right. We want to make them right because the Father brought them out. No, baby, stop. We put too much emphasis in making so much righteous rest on people and not understand it's got to be in the inner man, which is the spirit. You can't just put all this righteousness on the flesh and then said the spirit standing there said, I don't believe in him. I don't like him. I like what Satan doing. And you study putting righteous on them because they the children of Israel and the tribe of Judah. Stand down, y'all. Let y'all do his job. And not only just his job, what he created to do. He knows what to do. He knows what he done. He knows what he gonna do. Why is it we feel that we have to tell, or we have to be the one to tell everybody who's who and what's what? Oh, this, do this. No, you give the people what the Father gives you. But first and foremost, you got to know who you are. Okay, so I want to go to Revelation chapter 9. This is where I'm saying to you all how important it is still that the servants unite. Why I'm calling them servants? Because here in Revelation chapter 7, verse 3, the Father explained to the angels on the four corners, you take this seal of mine and mark my servants. He didn't say the whole house of Israel, the whole tribe of Judah. He didn't say that. And pretty much if you had sense to count, you'll see it's probably like 1%, if it's 1% of the whole house of Israel. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to get you all to understand is just because you are marked in the forehead shows you that you still got time. He ain't marking you because it's right now, I'm taking you out. No, he's marking you because he knows already in Revelation, I got other things going to roll up on you. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's a good thing that the servants, which is those in the body of Christ, in the church, would come together. So you won't be in it alone. It's what I'm trying to say. It's what I'm trying to say. So when you pull up in Revelation chapter 9, I hear in verse 4. In Revelation chapter 9 and in verse 4, it says, and it was commanded them that they shall not hurt the grass of the earth. This is another plague that come from the Father. He's telling them these things that came out, which was locusts, that was like serpents. They came out. They had power like a serpent. Yah ushered them that type of power. And he says in verse 4, Revelation chapter 9 and verse 4, and it was commanded them that they shall not hurt the grass, the earth, neither the green things, neither the trees, but only those men which were not sealed of Yah in their forehead. So you see the sealed ones that the Father is sealing in the forehead, this is going to take place in your day and time. You see? So I'm trying to say that we're not really escaping a lot of things. It's almost like we're going to see a lot of things take place. We're going to be here when, and these things that let me say it to you. A lot of it has already taken place. Okay. I believe 9 is something that's about to roll out now. I'm going to explain something to y'all. And I know y'all ain't going to understand this. I've been in the house all day outside of the time I was outside doing a video. And I got ready to run to the store, get in the car, go to the store, and I got sick. Something that's in the atmosphere, y'all. I would say it was the people at the store, but no, it started attacking me once I got outside, get in the car, and I'm driving with the window down all the way to the store. I get out of the car and I'm like, what is this? My nose burning, my throat tingling. I'm dealing with a slight headache and I'm like, wow. So I go into the store still feeling kind of sick. Come back out into the atmosphere, still feeling it even worse. Looked up to this cloud. Now I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. It says look up. And I looked up. And what I saw, I said, wait a minute. Pretty blue here. What is that over there? What is that over there? Unseen clouds that doesn't even make sense. It didn't have no sense to the way it was looking. And I don't even know if it was clouds. I could care less. But it wasn't a normal thing. So I'm like, dang, why is my nose burning? And I know I'm going to have to probably take me an at leave before I go to bed. And like I told you, those at leaves is the best. Get you as many as you possibly can. You pump 4 every 6 hours, 4 times. Every 4 hours, pump 4. Every 6 hours, pump 4. I don't care what come up on you. Hit them at leaves and it'll bump that stuff out day by day. But don't take it past the 4 times. But each time you take it every 6 hours, you will take 4. So I'm just letting you know right then, I felt the spirit is letting me know it's on. What I was speaking of earlier, y'all, where it's we don't have that hour no more. Let me put that hour behind me. Let me put that hand behind me. Remember, I normally say we in that hour running up on a minute. Let me put that behind me, because we're not. There's no more. It's on. Okay, the time has been given to the one who's going to change time and do what it wants to do, because it is his time. Okay, so in Revelation chapter 9, you see where the Father is saying to these locusts, you go and you sting those. I mean, you put it on those that don't have it. But mine, don't come near. Don't mess with mine. So he already charging these things that he has opened up the bottomless pit and let out to not go up on mines. So that's to say we are going to be here. Do y'all understand that? That shows you some things. We are going to be still here in this promised land. Okay? Not in this promised land, in this land of our captive. We're going to be still here. So this is why sister want to talk to you all of why the servants can't unite. It's because when this Hebrew Israelite movement all started, the main idea was, and I'm going to be honest with you, they want to be full control. They wanted to be lions, kings, ruler, leaders, shepherds. They wanted to put everything under their foot, especially woman. Okay? This is how they're pulling out. This is how they're going to get left right here. Because with all that cult and all that man-made tradition mess, you won't have the mark in your forehead. And all I have to say, like I wanted to tell the people on Facebook, don't mess with me round about 9. Don't mess with me round about 9. Not what he's dealing with me with. Don't mess with me. You're going to be left here. Okay? So here, even in Revelation 9, just like in 7, we know that the servants of the Most High Yah is going to be marked. Okay? So why is it the servants that are marked, or those who are servants of the Most High Yah, which is in the body of Hamashiach, which is in the church, why we can't unite? Why can't we come together and build the body of Hamashiach, which is already there, but build up on it? Find our place in this body. Find your place somewhere up in here. Find it. Find your place. Just don't go messing with the neck and the head. Just find your place here. But see what happened? Everybody want to be this. And this here is Hamashiach, which is Christ. You can't be the head. That's why they don't want to, those who think that they are so holy than thou, they are so righteous. That's why they don't want no part of the body. Because they feel I can be the head. And I can make my own body. Said the Most High Yah to you all. You want to be the head. And you want to form your own body. That's why the saints, the servants of the Most High can't unite. Because they want to follow behind those who are not even the servants, that have formed their own head. They keep looking to them. They keep wanting and liking, subscribing, and praising and honoring them who have formed themselves to be the head. And the whole body of Christ is already equipped with the head. It's called Christ HaMashiach. It don't need a new head, y'all. Why are we trying to place a new head over the body of Christ? We are the church, y'all. We are the saints. Why do we need a new head? This is what's going on in all these camps, all these academies, all these people who going out in the woods and starting their own communities, even families in their own homes. They're making their own home the body, and they are the head. One word, baby. Nor are they going to be sealed with the seal of the Most High Yah, said the Most High Yah, because they have taken on their own way of building up the body of HaMashiach, not knowing that the body was already orchestrated before the foundation of the world. He don't need you to build up on it. See, they don't get that. So what happens then, Deborah? I got some really good news for you all too, but I'm gonna wait to get that last. What happens? They building up the body. They're the head, okay? And they want to make their own body. Why do they want to make their own body? Because they want to call the order. They want to be in full control. They want to know that and tell you this, and they considering their head being the head of their body. Y'all ain't got no problem with it. They just gonna be left here with their head. Y'all didn't know that, did you? They're left here with their head because you're telling the Father, you're not my head. Yeah, I might pray to you, teach the fellowship with your name and toss your name all over the place, and it's not even your name. Because the name of the Most High is what's greater in you. It's not what's out of your ugly, nasty mouth. It's what's greater in you. It's the true name, you guys. How is it that he's going to abide in you and be greater than he that is in the world and you don't know his name? He didn't say that your name is what rumbles out of your mouth. It's what's in your spiritual heart that holds the name of the Most High God. He said he don't worship. We can't worship him in our flesh. So where do we know his name? In the spirit does his name rest. Wait a minute, Father. Y'all, wait a minute. Hold on. Your spirit rest? Oh, I get it. With our spirit. And in that way, we now know your name. You see, that's why, Sister Deborah, I don't care what these people talking about. None of these people are riding no spirit and truth. They have no right to lead them nor guide them, but their own understanding. And this is the reason why they can't unite, can't come into one. And this is another reason. If you got a body down here, you must have apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, teachers, controllers. You have to have healers, discerners, prayer warriors, music, interpreters, songs, counselor, mediators, tilters, those who can tilt the earth. Because I'm going to tell you why. Just as there are those who can plant, you know, people got there are people who gifted to deal with plants. Do y'all know that? They can talk to plants and that sucker grow. I'm just showing you that people are gifted to work with plants. People who even have places where they're selling plants and flowers, people who own stuff like that, who have had family history on building because they got that touch. That's a spiritual gift. Same way as tilting. You know how you go and you grow and you tilt to grow? There are those who are gifted to do that, to make sure that the earth bring forth spiritual food, not spiritual food, natural food. And they will, when they communicate with you, this is how they'll come up to you. They'll come up to you. Yeah, I didn't plant this. You say, oh, but you got all this. You did all this. Yeah, but I did it by looking at it on the spiritual aspect. I think of who God is and how he made the earth to bring forth. That's how they'll talk to you all. You get what I'm saying? They'll tell you when I got a plant here, and every day I stand here and I talk to this plant, I shine it, and I tell this plant. And if you really listen to them, they'll start telling you the spiritual part of this plant growing. You see, those are the ones the Father put in this body to work that thing, to work this whole church out. That's why you can't be the controller. You can't be the head. Christ is the head. Hamashiach is the head. But see, what people don't want, they don't want to deal with people if they're not in control of them. What else do we have? We got those that are gifted with animals. We got those that are gifted with their hands. Oh, what about the healer? What about the discerner? What about the prayer warrior? You see, these are all gifts in the body to where we would need a doctor. We would need a teacher. You see what I'm saying? We wouldn't need nothing from the world because everything in the body would be already having respect for the callings in which the Most High has called in the body. That's why they can't come together. Because to come together, those who wants to be the head, they want to be the full controller over your life. They want you to, they don't want to have respect for your position, your ordained position. They want to control. They want you to understand. This is what they want: their way, their order, their wisdom, their knowledge, their understanding, their leadership, and their ownership to rule. That's why. That's why. If it was some way that I could, I wouldn't do it, but go interview camps, you would hear the sad stories of what's going on in there. You would hear the sad story. They are not serving the Most High, y'all. You might have a few of them, but most of them are not, because they worked so hard on being kings, leaders, rulers, heads, shepherds, generals, watchmen, seers, and moorings. They so busy watching positions in which they have put themselves as the head that they can answer, where is your body? If anybody in their sanctuary or in their church or even in their house or in their camp gets sick, they run their bad boy tail to the hospital. You know why? Because you didn't have no respect for what the Most High had created, which was the body, which were the true saints and the church. What did he say? What did Yeshua say to Peter? Upon this church, upon this rock, I built thy church. And this is the part I love. This is the part. And the gates of hell cannot and will not prevail against it. That's powerful, y'all. He said, he called it the church. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. Because the church already got a head. You don't need a head. So when they running around here making men feel that you the head, you making them feel like a fool. Because you putting me in the head of somebody else's spirit when they haven't gotten their spirit under the subjection. They haven't gotten their flesh under the subjection to their own spirit. But you're putting somebody else's and all these others' spirit up under this one. You don't have the authority nor the right. The Father has called people positions as a servant. Why is Revelation chapter 7 verse 3 saying, seal my servants? For us to just come up and want to control the servants of the Most High Yah. Can't be done. Can't be done. He won't even allow you. He won't even allow you to. So what do? They go off, everybody. Oh, let's get a YouTube page. Even though they don't serve us in our group over here, in our home over here, we'll get them to serve us on this devil platform. And they'll serve us, they'll support us, they'll like us, they'll subscribe to us, and they will give unto us. And that's what has happened. That's what has happened. People who went on their own way and got you thinking that they are the head of their page, to the point where they got you thinking that they are the head of the church and of the saints from their end and where they at. And that's sad. They want you to follow their order, their wisdom, their knowledge, their understanding, their way, their ownership, their ownership. Yeah. Instead of them seeing that, wait a minute, where's the body? We know Christ is the head. Why we can't own the fact that Christ is the head? Why is it we won't own it? I live and die not understanding that. How did we get off this thing about we the head? We rule. And this is why the servants can't unite. Because so many are out away from the body, has formed all of these locations, and the body is running, connecting themselves to them without coming into oneness with those who are in the body of Hamashiach. That's why he called them servants before he called them the house of Israel, Hebrew Israelite, the true Jews, we the people. He wanted you to know, out of that group of the house of Israel, I have my own, Deborah, tell them, my own servants in which I shall see your forehead. Praise the mighty God. Praise the mighty God. So we can't go around here saying, when you ain't, you can't get in. No, But that's why there's no unity. That's why they can't come together, because those who have the space and the area, they refuse because they want it a certain way. They want it a certain way. Let me give you an example. In this body of Hamashiach, you have to have those that works with the fatherless, the widows, and the orphanage. That would be their whole purpose. They would have a heart to do that. You see what I'm saying? Right now, these camps, and no one, even those that's in their homes, they wouldn't dare go out to the homeless, the orphanage, and the fatherless, because they have made their own body in their homes, and they are the head. And then they don't understand, if you have everybody, say for instance, if you have a land, let's say, and you got a land, and you got those that are on the land that's a part of the body of Hamashiach. And because the land belongs to you, you don't know who's who and what's what. That's how you touch the hem of his garment. You pray that thing. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. I've seen the Father take down people on my behalf. Not because they came to me, because I was heavy loaded. And I was saying, you see this, you know this going on. I'm going to have to step in and do. My Father brought that down like a lion bringing a ton elephant down within a blink of an eye. Bam! Don't tell me, when you are talking to the Creator and you know who you are in him and who he is in you, and you know his power, you go before that throne. Watch that power move anything that's in your way. That's when you're found under righteous. 99 trillion of these people on this devil platform ain't found it under no righteous. They only found it under their own self-flesh righteous, as long as they the head. They ain't going under the body of Hamashiach. No way. No. I don't care if I got 1 million acres. I ain't bringing nobody on this acre unless I have it my way. That ain't how y'all sees it. Y'all will test you just to see, is it about you or was it about me? He would test you to see, are you really who you say you are? You've been on this devil platform all these years. Let's try you by the fire. Nope, they ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it. Because they don't understand, it's not your position. If you have the body of Hamashiach on a ground let the gifts bring themselves forward. And if you have the Ruach, you would try their spirit by the Ruach that's in you. And if you see that their Ruach is not like your Ruach, you go into prayer. Go down to prayer, and then you tell the Father, I'm going to grip your garment. I'm going to pull your garment off of you, Father. I need you right now. Come on with it, Father. You have to come to him like you know he's capable of doing any and everything. And he can pick up and throw down, raise up and tear down. He can do it all. But when you have a heart to believe that he's all that, and he's capable of do that, he's capable of doing that, and you can trust him when you go to him in prayer. Oh, yeah, he'll bring that thing down. Sister Deborah know that. He'll bring that thing down. He'll bring it all the way down for you like a lion riding down on a big old ton elephant. Bring him down quick. Y'all don't play, especially with those who really know him. And if you turn into him for a situation where you know that, hey, it ain't me, I'm not doing anything, and if I am, clean my tail up. But Father, this here is a stumbling block. Can you see it? Do you see it? That's what I used to say. Do you see it? I know you see it. That's what I said. Because when I have to go that way, oh, he's on his way. He ain't letting it go. So if say for instance, Deborah, if Sister Deborah had, let's say, 60 acres, and I have 100 people on the 60 acres, let me tell you something. It's no way I can come down to my knees. Anything that ain't got no business being there, it's gonna be leaving. They better lucky they don't fall dead. Because Yah, when he know you about him, because he's already about you, he ain't gonna let nothing stand in the midst of you to give you here. And that's how you get rid of all the terror. Is to stay yourself as wheat and trust Yah to burn that terror up and burn it. Let him do it. That's all you have to do. But they don't want to do that. Oh, this is my land. No, I'm Sister Deborah. This is my land. Nobody tell me what to do. I'm not going to have it. They going to have to leave. No, I don't like what you do. I don't like the way you dress. I don't like the way you wear your head wrap. Oh, furthermore, you wearing pants. You can't stand on this land. Oh, you eating pig. No, you out of here. You know what I'm saying? Anything that does not offend. This is the thing about it. Anytime something offends my Father, you put it before him and let him deal with that. Let him bring peace in the wilderness. That's the problem with Moses. That's why his butt didn't make it to the promised land. I heard him say to Aaron and Moses, you ain't going to make it to the promised land because of your unbelief. I was like, oh, no, you didn't, Father. He said, oh, yes, I did. Moses going to stand up before me and tell me, block his name out of the book if I don't bypass what the Israel was doing. Who is he to tell me to do that, Deborah? I said, no, he didn't. He said, yes, he did. Read it. Block me out of the book. What book you talking about, Moses? These people today don't know nothing about that book. But what book are you talking about, Moses? He told him, you don't tell me what to do. Anyone that does against me, I will destroy them. And they won't be in that book. How dare you challenge the Most High because you knew that there was the Lamb Book of Life. You telling him to blot your name out. Baby, your name might be blotted out. You don't even know. You know why I say that, y'all? Want me to tell you why I say that? Go to Matthew chapter 1. You don't see Moses' name in there. Yeah, I can say what you want to say. Try it. Go in Matthew's when he started naming all those are the spiritual seeds, y'all. Every last one of them, down to Joseph. But his spiritual seed wasn't good enough to bring the son of Yah down. He didn't want it. I don't need you to be the seed of me. I'm the seed of my own power. But yeah. So Moses, when I look in there, I said, okay, well, I'm going to look over here and see if I see Moses. He said, you can look all you want. You ain't going to find him. I was like, wow. I said, not one Hebrew Israelite would know that. I said, wow. So I don't talk about it. I leave it right there where the Father showed me. Okay, I'm out. I leave it right there. So the reason why they can't come together, you guys, is because those that have formed on these platforms and those that have went away astray and went out and made their own community, they want to be able to control the people. And anybody they can't control from head to toe, from one end to the other, then they don't want you on. Okay. They want to control your mood swings. They want to control your personality. They want to control even your calling, your spiritual purpose that Yah has put in you. They want to control that too. You can't do that. Only one control that is the head, and that's Christ. But they don't want to take the head of Christ to let it rule the body. They want to rule as the head. You find that all up in Ezekiel and Jeremiah, talking about how the shepherds have caused the sheep to go through so much. And that's why, because they took on the head position. And that's what's happening. And even in all the churches, people be talking about T.D. Jakes and Joyce Meyer and Joe Epstein and Clifford Dolores and all of them. But when you finish talking about them, they have been the head, and that's how they ruled. That's how they church becomes so, because they are the head and not Christ. I don't care if the people that are in that church thinking that they saved or they have the Holy Spirit. Not when you got a different head. See, y'all don't know that. No, you don't. And then how do sister, when you say, well, Sister Deborah, why would you say that? All you had to do is go right back to Revelation. Count it up. Count it. 144 is like 1%. And if you think he's coming from T.D. Jakes' church and those that's following him, and he's their head, see, what y'all did not understand and still don't today is we are a people that always wanted an idol God. Back in the days, we used to make our own idol gods, even though we had some men that we worship. But today, our idol gods are these pastors. That's how they got above the administrative position that was called from top to bottom. They end up getting on the top. Those are idol gods. And when he said false prophets shall rise, all of those are lining up. Apostles, evangelists, teachers, pastor, they fall under the same category as false prophets. He's not talking about like false prophets is going to rise, just them. Because see what is also, I don't know if y'all know that also what has taken place, the pastors and the leaders decide to take on other administrative position called from heaven. So they're saying now that not only am I the apostle, I am the pastor and I am a prophet. And then you hear the pastor saying, I am a prophet and a pastor. You see what I'm saying? So they calling themselves to keep the pressure from coming on them, to judge them or to get them in order. To keep all that away is they claim all the administrative position. Then therefore nobody can come after them and say, well, okay, the prophet said this, or the apostle said this, or the pastor said this to the teacher. They call it themselves to be all of it. And this is why I'm trying to get you all to understand. That's why they have become the head. But they don't understand. This is the key, y'all. They're not the head of the true body. They're the head of their body that they have formed. The people that worship them are under a false church. They are under false Christ. They're under the head of a man and not the head, which is Christ, HaMashiach. Okay? So I wanted to get that out. But the question was, me to the Father, can we unite? Can we come together as those who are under the body of Christ or found in the body of Christ? He said, yes, it would be no problem. It would be no problem. And he's saying that it would be okay because we'll be seeing the same things going on. It's not like, okay, one gonna see something that the other one. When we come into that unity, when one see, all gonna see. When one hurt, all gonna hurt. You see, when one pray, we all pray. So anything that's in that body and claiming to be the body in the body of HaMashiach, they take off running. they'll leave. You'll never see them again. Why? Because once they see how close and knit the body really is, and that it does not have the flesh of man being the head, and Christ truly is the head, because when them people come up and they roll up and start praying to the Most High God, God answer. Well, wait a minute now, I'm going to get out of here. I don't want to be caught up in that. You doing right, you don't. And that's who the body of Christ is. They are formed by the Spirit of the Most High Yah, and Yah has ushered them the gifts. So that's why man and woman don't have the authority as they think they have. So what they did is they took on Facebook and YouTube and all these other platforms, and that's how they became head, y'all. Y'all didn't know they did you. So now they're head over their own church in the way they understand. Oh, I'm the saint, I'm the head of it, and all the subscribers and likes are the body, because they following who? Me. That's how they. To me, if you don't see that, that's on you. But that's exactly what has taken place. And this is why you see them. They can't eat, they can't sleep unless they on this devil platform trying to find somebody that they can follow and be part of. And those are called idol gods. Idol gods. And that's what the Father been saying all the time. And that's why our forefathers got us where we at in trouble. He said, following idol gods. And what we did when we got over here, we did the same thing. We follow even to today. We still following idol gods because they're not gods, you see. But we're following them as an idoling them. And as I was looking in Ezekiel chapter 36, I heard him constantly say, I'm going to clean that idol. What he said, that idol. Let me read it exactly what it says. Let me. This is when he taking us to the promised land. When he get us there, he's gonna clean that type of spirit out of us, so we won't be running around here looking for an idol god to worship. But watch this here. He's gonna cancel it out, y'all. He said it. He's gonna cancel that mess out. But let me get it so I can show it to you. In Ezekiel chapter 36, he said, listen to this. In Ezekiel, let me see where it's at. Let me just start with, I'm in the wrong. In Ezekiel 36 and verse 25, he says, then I will sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean, okay, from all your filthiness and from all your idols. You see, will I cleanse you? Idols, things that we idol, you see, and that's what we end up doing on a lot of these pages. We are idling people. We are looking to the flesh of men and women to give us what the head is sitting right there waiting for us to connect to, because he's connected to us. Why can't we connect to him? Because we don't know him like that. Because we've been on all these platforms trying to know all these people who said they worship your Father, and they don't. Okay, so you try to just consider that. Okay, but this is the topic of this message, is why the servants can't unite. Yah is saying, I'm not saying for them to, and I'm not saying that they cannot. It would be better if they were coming together. It is not like that. I'm not going to come for mine no matter where you're at. Either you together or you're apart. Mine, I'm coming for. They my servant. I'm coming for. Okay? So he just saying that if we wanted to, we could. He never banned that. We did that. Like we took everything out of the church and want to make it like it's all about the Christians. It ain't about the Christians. Those gifts were poured out to the body of Hamashiach, not to the Christians. You all gave too much glory to the Christians. You all continue to give too much power to the Christians, and not to the Most High Yah, who ushered all these gifts out. And that's why it's not in the church, which is the body. Because we pulled it out to others and gave them the authority to have, the Christians teach this, the Christians do this, and the Christians use a lie from the pit of hell. Heaven dropped them gifts down. And you done thrown them on away. All in the name of trying to follow a cult, a Hebrew Israelite movement, or ways that make you feel you serving something. that idol god. The same thing our forefathers that got us here done. They had always something they gave idol. An idol is when they worship something more than they do the Father. And that's what they did. And that's what they do now. We worship these people on these platforms. And see, the people on the platforms love the ideal of being the head. They chasing subscribers in life. So they chasing something out of the spirit realm. Said the Most High Yah. Woo, devil, you're going to get in trouble. You're going to be in trouble. They chasing something out of the spirit realm. They chasing a number. They chasing the light. They chasing the praise. They chasing the honor. They chasing that dollar. They chasing your finance to support. They chasing everything, and they ain't under the body of Hamashiach. They idol gods. And 99.9 is not even aware that that's what they're doing, because they have made right wrong and wrong right. So here we go. I want to get into something that's, let me talk about something. I talked about the air. I just learned in England. In England, they're complaining big time, y'all. They complaining big time. A lot of people who got you know what I'm talking about? They falling dead by thousands. A lot of them, yeah, they falling dead. And the problem they have with it is it's not just babies who receive the toddlers, young children, teenagers, young adults, elders, 80, they all falling from the over in England. Big time, y'all. They say it's off the chain. And you notice this country ain't talking nothing about it. But they talking about shutting your tail down again. Now, this is where I know that Satan has his time. I know that the power that bees is their time, because nobody ain't saying nothing. And I remember I said it all the time. That's why it's their time to shine. Because to me, it don't make sense. Why would a country allow them to shut you down again? Why would you stand back and let them do it? Why would you let them spray you all with chemicals? Why would you let them do it? Why would you let them do it? Why would you do that? And stand back and then collect guns and all of that, because you know it's going to be something about to cut up from the floor. But yet you ain't collecting your rights or coming together to stop them from doing this. Or anybody doing nothing. Everything is flowing according to the will of the Most High God. So it's this young man that's he's not a young man. I think he's like 40 some years old. It's called Atlanta Street Interview. That man is a horrible man. He's a very bad man. Very, very, very wicked and evil man. He's Atlanta Street Interview. He's making thousands off of mental ill of our people down in Atlanta. He's interviewing a lot of people who's gone, totally gone, y'all. And they cutting up from the floor on nationwide television. And he's getting dollars rolling in to interview them. 99.9 of them have had a horrible life, have been molested, that's homeless. They ain't got nowhere to go and been homeless. Some of them been homeless 2 and 3 years. Some of them been homeless a month. But it's just the idea of how a system, I ain't gonna say a system, let me pull away from that. How a people would allow a Negro man to get wealthy, interviewing all these mental illness that's down in Atlanta. I know it's a lot. I used to stay in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia, not in Atlanta part, but in McDonald, Georgia, and San Jose, Georgia, but not San Jose, McDonald and Jordan. McDonald and Jordan, Atlanta. I'm not Atlanta, Georgia. But Atlanta is a mess. It is a mess, just like Cleveland and all these Kingston area where all the people walking around like zombies, staying under tents. Well, why would you go out and interview those people? And you can tell he's a sex perverter type of person because he's constantly talking to these mental people about their sex life. How many times did you get off and stuff like that? And YouTube don't say a word to him. Now, this here video I'm shooting now, they might shut it down for another 7 days. But I'm just showing to you. I'm just saying to you. He's on here doing all kind of stuff. And they on here doing all kinds, showing their brains, they everything, saying what they out here doing. And you got a mental condition, and these women are going to Atlanta just to have sex with you, and they know you already mental. Oh my goodness. All this man is doing, it's called Atlanta Street Interview. And I just hope, and you know what I need to do? That's something I need to pray on. That's what I'm gonna do. Instead of just bringing that to you all, that's a mountain that need to come down. I'm gonna get on to that. I'm gonna get on there. It's kind of I'm gonna get on that, child. I'm gonna get on that myself. I'm gonna handle that myself. When I say handle it, I'm gonna drop to them knees and call on the Most High Yah with that situation. Because I couldn't, to me, in my mind, I'm like, why would, but then our black men is having a war against the black women, so they ain't got, and a war against killing each other, so it don't matter what this guy doing. It's okay. I don't know where along the line it's okay for all we, but yes, it is. Deborah, what did I just tell you today? Okay, Father, I get it. Okay, so I have another situation. Is it Stephen Dorby? Stephen Dorby? I just can't seem to shake him as far as knowing that he has passed on. Somewhere in me, his wife knows something. Somewhere in me, something is not right. This man had so much spiritual food to give unto the people. And he was a young black man. He wasn't an elderly and an old man. He was a young black man. Yeah, that's him. But I don't understand, why would he leave so early? What would be the reason why the Most High Yah called him home? You see, that's something that I just have to learn to respect. But yet, it's deep for me. It's deep because the man was pouring out spirit and truth. And when I hear him, it reminds me of the other prophets in the Bible and those that the Father used as his servant, telling the truth, spirit and truth. And then to know that here I am living in this day and time, and you don't hear spirit and truth, and to take the only man that I know, not that I know, but I come to listen to, and he's gone, he's speaking it. And it makes me wonder, when, okay, Deborah, you said you speaking it. Look, he was here, but he gone. See, what I'm starting to realize is what the Father keep telling me. You keep getting on this platform thinking that you're giving people spirit and truth and the light, and you are 100. He said, but it's like all others that's on here. They ain't giving them 100, but look how they being supported. Look how they being put up on this pedestal. You don't look for that. You don't desire it to be like that. You don't want Facebook paying you because you know that's the work of this demonic spirit. You know, if I get you to say did, and you don't say nothing about this, then you'll be on here for years. And that's how they survive. Watching what they say. Sister Deborah can really don't care. They didn't, 7 times I've been off. So it don't matter. But the problem I have is I watch them do wrong in the order in which they do things, the way they teach. But then I'm saying, okay, and I guess that's what he's saying, Deborah. That I'm answering my own question. You see him? He got up and gone. See, Deborah? Even though you, as a prophet, know he was teaching spirit and truth and the light, but do you see him here? I guess that surely is. Thank you, Father. Yeah, I never would have thought of it like that. Do you see him still here? You think I got him here still dealing with these people like you are? He gone on home. He's in his place of paradise rest. You see, Deborah? That makes sense. See, the Father is already answering it. And I think in the last 3 videos, I mentioned him. 3, not today's video, but prior, I mentioned him because things he was saying was spirit and truth. And I'm like, but why did you take him? Why is he gone? He was young. Then the Father tells me, what about all those in the Bible, Deborah? You think they grew old? No, they didn't. They were young. What do you think about Yeshua HaMashiach? How old was he? Young. So don't think, because you're a prophetess, that you're still here. Just count your blessings. Count your blessings. I created you a lane. I'll suffer you to run therein. I'm constantly teaching you there with you and listening and telling you and explaining to you. And you are constantly listening to my voice through the water, in the midnight hour, in the early morning hour. You're listening to me. You paid attention. They did the same thing too. But I brought them home to the paradise of sleep. And with me, I'm like saying, look like we would need him, Father. We needed him. That's how I see it in the natural. But in the spirit, my Father will be done. I could see him in his paradise of sleep. But when I think of him, because his wife now is trying to hold up a time, sit your tail down. Ain't nobody called you. Sit down. You ain't got what it takes. Let him rest, and you get your tail somewhere and sit down. And people will follow her in the whole idea of thinking that she is, no, baby, no. This thing is spirit and truth. Because I saw it and I listened to it one time. I said, oh, no, baby, you ain't got it. You ain't got it. Sit down. Seek the Father and tell him, where is your chosen position in the body of Hamashiach? Because that ain't it. She's trying to be the pastor, I guess, and the priest. And the pastor over the church. Baby, sit down. Sit down. That's not it. No, baby, that's not it. So what I wanted to do before I get off of here, and I'm gonna try to get off here a little bit early. I wanted you all to go with me to Isaiah chapter 13, verse 19 to 20. I want to just share some good news. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 19 and 20. I thought this was really, really touchy. Oh, yeah, I was crying. I heard my video that I upload live earlier, and I said something. I heard myself say something, and I just, ooh-wee. I mean, the power of what was said, it didn't come from my outer man. I started crying first from my inner man. And then I came out. I just could not believe how powerful what I said was, to where it pierced my spiritual man. And it just came out. It was so powerful, y'all. So powerful. Okay, I'll talk to him later. So let's go there. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 13, verse 19. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 19. Let's go there. And you know what? I think this is Isaiah. And listen to how beautiful this is, you guys. I just wanted to bring it to you. Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 19 to 20. Listen to this, y'all. Just listen to this. Let me get over here and get it. Listen to this. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 19 to 20. And it reads, for thou hast said in thy heart. Wait a minute, hold up. Get it right, Deborah. Get it right. That's not it. Okay, here we go. Okay, now I'm there. Listen to this, you guys, and listen to how sweet it sounds. And Babylon, the glory of the kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldean, these excellency shall be as when Yah overthrown Sodom and Gomorrah. Woo-wee! Now, I'm going to read that over again. Last night, I was laying down and I turned it on to another prophetess. And I heard her say that the way he's going to take down the United States is going to be like brimstones. What you call it? Some type of brimstones, you know, that's something, you know, out of like ashes, but it's not. It's like it burns like the stuff come out of the volcano. You know, that powder stuff, that stuff that burns. When I heard her say that, I said, "Oh, I didn't think nothing of it when she said it." But when she was saying that the Father told her that's how he's going to bring you down. Listen to this, y'all. Listen to Isaiah 13, verse 19 and 20. Listen to this. And Babylon, the glory of the kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldeans, the excellency shall be as when Yah overthrown Sodom and Gomorrah. How did he do that? Brimstone. Fires of brimstone. And that's what the way he said. Now listen to this. That's the way he said that he's going to bring Babylon down. That's how he's going to do it. So all this stuff, that's why in Matthew chapter 24 and verse 6, it tells you don't get caught up in the war, because that's not it. Babylon not coming down through the war. You see? So this prophet, she was talking about it last night, and here it is right here. The same way Sodom and Gomorrah was. We're going to have brimstones of fire. She called it, it's just like brimstones though. It's just like brimstones, because it's that same like ash that's going to pour down onto the United States. Oh, they're going to cut me off the show. Okay. So here it is right here in Isaiah 19, he's explaining to you all how he going to bring America down. You think America don't know it? That's why they moving fast. That's why they controlling the time. And they moving fast with it too, y'all. See, for them to control the time, somebody had to give them time to control. See, y'all don't know my Father. That's how he rumble. Because his will gonna be done. Okay? Now watch this here. Verse 20. Verse 20. Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 20. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelled in from generation to generation. Neither shall, let me get that name right. Where is it at? Arabian. Neither will Arabian pitch their tent. What do that mean, y'all? Guess what that mean, y'all? All this time, Sister Deborah, connects with China, because I remember all that money that we borrowed from China, those stipends that we borrowed from China. I knew we owed China. But guess who it is? Arabians is running this show, y'all. Look at here. Watch this here. Yeah. So I've heard someone speak of that last week. Here it is right here. Listen to this. It's saying, Isaiah chapter 13, verse 20, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelled in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabians pitch their tent. Pitching their tent. They're not going to live in it, y'all. They're going to think they are. See, because they're in on destroying us. Did y'all know that they was one of the number one power punch in the slave trade? See, our Negroes don't know nothing. The Arabians always been the one. They was the head dogs over that trade. They were. And you never hear our Negroes teach it and preach it right. But here it's telling you that after these things happen, when he gonna bring him down like Sodom and Gomorrah, the Arabians thinking they're going to be able to come and claim the United States because they own it. They're going to think they're going to come over here, even after what the father going to do with Babylon. That's what he's telling y'all. Read it. That's what he's saying. They think they're going to come over here. And what does it say? Neither shall the Arabians pitch their tent. That means they're not going to come over here and try to build and live like they think. Now watch this here. Neither shall the shepherds make their foe there. See, this is Arabian. They already, do you all understand what this is saying? It's saying that the Arabians are connected with this country selling, this country overturning the United States. They are connected with it. And it makes sense. It makes sense. I knew they was fully connected to the slave trade. 100, they was connected. I give or take 50, 60%. I always knew they were. But here, it's showing you that they're going to try to claim this land. And the Bible is telling you, because why wouldn't it say somebody else? Why the Arabians? Why are you saying the Arabians won't be able to pitch their tent? As if they're going to be the only one coming over here after he brings Babylon down, like he did Sodom and Gomorrah. The Arabians going to try to pitch their tent. And he says like this here, neither shall the shepherds make their foe there. Who? Arabians. They're shepherds, they're leaders. Now watch this here. You see, oh, that's where I go to 20. Now, what you need to do now is go to Jeremiah. Watch this here. So what the Father is saying is, see, you all, they thinking they're gonna claim this country. They think they're gonna, once I get mines out of here and bring it down like I did Sodom and Gomorrah with the fire, Arabians think they finna claim that belong to them. He said it's gonna be so messed up from the floor up, they ain't gonna be able to park their tent, nor their shepherds is gonna be able to live on this land. Y'all closing it out. Jeremiah chapter 50. And this is another thing I was trying to explain to you all, that this land is going to be destroyed from the inside. From the inside. It's nothing telling you it's going to be someone on the outside is going to destroy this land. What I was assuming that, okay, yeah, they still might do it, because I remember it's going to be smoke and so on. But no, it doesn't say that. It's saying that it's going to, that's the smoke. That's where the smoke coming from. Remember what the prophet said last night? That he's going to bring that, stuff that like what you call them? A volcano. That, what's that ash, that hot stuff? Let me see if someone said it. Yes. The stuff, sis, that she was speaking of it, but there it is right in Isaiah chapter 13, verse 19 and 20, showing you that he's bringing it down. This country, Babylon, is coming down like Sodom and Gomorrah was. Okay? And what it's saying, the Arabians is going to try to park their tent. That means they're going to try to make residence here. And their shepherds, meaning their leaders, are going to come here, try to live, but it ain't going to work. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 3 through 6. We finna see why it ain't going to work for them. They bad tails. But do you think that they're not going to do it? No, they will. They're going to do exactly what this says they're going to try to do. But let's go to Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 3 and through 6. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 3 to 6. Verse 3, for out of the north cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolated, and none shall dwell therein. They shall depart, both men and beasts. Now listen to what it's saying again, y'all. Listen to it. Jeremiah chapter 50. Okay. And verse 3. For out of the north there cometh a nation, one nation, against her. Against who? Babylon, which shall make her land desolated. That's the Arabians. And none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both men and beasts. And let me see whatever, it goes all the way. Verse 4, in those days, in that time, said Ahiah, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, go and weep. Going and weeping. Okay? They shall go, let me get this here. They shall go and seek Yah, their Yah. Okay? Their Lord, their Yah. Verse 5, they shall ask the way to Zion with their face. Ooh, how do you pronounce that? How did I get? Where is it at? Saying, come and let us join ourselves to Yah in a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. Verse 6, my people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. Now, see, y'all be thinking Sister Deborah be talking about these people. These people, shepherds. Who are the shepherds? These are the leaders of Israel that has led these people to go astray. That's why I can say what I say. They're not bringing them to the fold or bringing them to the body of Hamashiach or bringing them to the light, to spirit and truth. They're taking you away, and people are honoring and boosting and putting up on pedestals and making them idol gods in their hearts. Now, what does it say? Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 6. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. Praise the mighty Yah. See, the Father is telling you, while they're trying to say that they're kings, they leaders, they rulers, and we rule, we the shepherd, we rule over you, and Yah is telling you, all up in Jeremiah, all up in Isaiah, and all up in Ezekiel, they ain't doing nothing but scattering my sheep. They have ruined them, have not fed them, have made them thirsty for what? Truth. You think he's talking about they made you hungry? You think he's talking about food? You think he's talking about thirsty? You think he's talking about food? He's talking about spiritual. Spiritual, you guys. These people are making y'all spiritual anorexia because you are not getting meals for your spirit to keep you running on. But I tell you what, hold up a little while longer. The turmoil that's already on the earth is finna kindle up. And we're going to see if you're going to try to rush to find your way in. Because if y'all's plagues have to cause you to go in the direction in which you should have been going in, well, let it be. Let my Father's will be done. Just hope that you are the one that's sealed and you come out. You might be a cuckoo clock, but you will come out. I tried to tell y'all that a long time ago. He is coming to destroy this land. This land is like a cobra. It is a snake of a system. And he's finna stamp on this snake's head and destroy it. And then you hear Arabians already plotting to get the land. How can they be plotting? Anybody in the live chat? I ain't gonna even ask you. But the reason why they plotting is because they already know, Arabians, they already know, along with them, they are forcing all the people in this country to suffer and to lose their lives. They are part of the ones that sits at the table and want to give you another this. the one sits at the table to try to take all your calves, all your food, your crops, your everything away. A lot of people don't understand the way I can see the Father allowing them to do it. A lot of people thinking, oh, they ain't coming to put us. We got this, we got this, we got this. No, baby, they can come from the air. And that's what they're going to do. When they start to control, you thinking they can't come to your land, because you in the woods. No, baby, they're going to come to the chemicals from the air, and they're going to drop it down on you, especially when they start telling people they cannot grow. See, these people got it packed the way they're going to do it. And when people think they out thinking God, because they thinking that, okay, you blessed me with this, and everybody else ain't doing right, so that's why they ain't got it. Do y'all know the people in their mindset really feel that way? They don't understand that anytime y'all bless you, he bless you to bless others, not bless you to bless you and yours. They don't get it. So you can't go and have your church and your sanctuary and think you can forsake the fatherless, the widows, and the orphanage. You see what I'm saying, y'all? Y'all gonna still back you up. Well, wait a minute. You ain't serving me. Because what about the ones that are mine? What about mine? My righteous ones, hey, praise the mighty Yah. My righteous one, Yeshua told you, in heavens, my righteous one, the reason why they didn't know that it was really about give and gave is because when my righteous one came up, they want to know what Yeshua was talking about. When I was hungry, I gave. When you was thirsty, I gave the drink. When you was in the hospital, I gave you my time. When you was in prison, I gave you a visit. Everything was about give and gave. When everybody running around here thinking it's about me and mine. See, y'all ain't never been about you and yours. It's what you can do for others, and they have lost their ways. Now watch this. As we continue this journey of what is going on. Wait a minute. Hold up. Did I finish? No, I didn't. No, yeah, I got to stop. I got to go to Isaiah 14. I'm sorry. Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14. But while we're running around making it about family and about we, us, and mines, and that's what a lot of them are doing, even with the camps. Us, we doing this, we gonna have it, but they don't understand. That's not the body of Hamashiach. That's not him. That's not his body. The body is the church and saints. That's not his. Because he's over his. So how you gonna be the head, and he over his own head? He is the head over the body of Hamashiach. See, that's what people thought. They thought the pastor was the head. And they still think that today. They think these people on these devil platform are the head of something. Okay. Isaiah chapter 14. Listen to this, you guys. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1 through 5. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1 through 5. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Who is cleaving? Cleaving to the house of Jacob. Who is cleaving to the house of Jacob? The strangers. The strangers. Okay? Verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Yah for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Okay, verse 3. And it shall come to pass in the day that Ahiah shall give the rest from their sorrow and from their fear and from their hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. God's going to give us rest over to the promised land. And you notice the stranger is going to cleave to us. What do you hear that word at? A man shall leave his mother and his father and cleave to his wife. Okay. Now the stranger is going to take us on in. The stranger is going to lead and they're going to take us on in and join with us. And they're going to take us on in to our own land. They're going to show us the rest of the way. Now watch this here. In verse 4. In verse 4 of Isaiah chapter 14, verse 4, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how has the oppressors ceased? The golden city ceased. We're going to say, how could it have ceased? Mean destroyed. How could it be dead? That golden city, which we come from. Okay, watch this here. Verse 5. And Yah has broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continued stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is prosecuted and none hindered. He's going to destroy everything in this country. Even when the one thought that they're going to stand on the side, let us be destroying each other, they were part of the plan to close the banks, to kill the animals, to damage the crop. See, y'all thinking that y'all just waiting for that great bang or that even that Solomon Gomorrah fire. No. It's a lot of things. Go in Revelation. A lot of things going to take place before the end. But it's not taking it. You got to understand. He's giving up time. He said that in Revelation chapter 10. There's going to be no more time. I told y'all, we're not on time. We was on an hour. Now he tell me we ain't got the hour. So therefore, the time is given to Satan and his. Okay, that's how they're going to be able to change time. God has turned it over to them. Okay, so what this is saying here in Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1 to 5, is explaining how beautiful it is going to be, how Yah is going to have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall, no, he's going to set us in our own land, and the strangers shall be joined with us. They shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Okay, now this is the thing about it, y'all. What I think a lot of people, especially the house of Israel, do not understand. I already know Judah don't understand it. Judah just is stuck as a clock. I mean, they just is gone. They don't understand what is actually taking place here. Okay, what is actually taking place is, listen to this good, y'all. So when people start talking stupid to you, you can just cut them off with this, what I'm about to say. We're going over to the promised land. Okay. The Father has already said how he's going to charge the land. He's going to speak to the land. He's going to speak to the mountains, the rivers, the trees, the plants, the grass, the earth. He told us, I'm going to speak to him and tell him, get ready, get ready. And it's almost like a charge. It's saying to this ground, look, get it together. I'm bringing mine over. And the earth is going to be like, oh, you're bringing them? They're going to be putting everything together, coming up. See how they have respect for my Father? You see how the sea and the earth, the mountains, the trees respect him. But the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah have none whatsoever. I'm just thankful that he had his own servants invested in this house of Israel. Because you think the whole house is coming? You's a lie, and you're going to be a lie, live a lie, and die a lie. No, it's not. It's his servants. So what happens? I want to clear up something. They have a real wicked spirit with thinking that the strangers are going to be as like slaves and we're going to be able to treat them like they treated us. No, baby. No, baby. Let me tell you why. Let me show you why you ain't going to be able to treat them I want to get that straight right here and now. So you all don't have to listen to Dean that. The reason why you're not going to be able to treat them like that, first of all, y'all going to turn the promised land into holy. Okay? Holy. And when I say holy, he's going to charge the mountains, the sea, the tree, the trees, the earth, everything to bring forth greenery, bring everything in line to what? Holy. I'm bringing mines over. See, he's letting them know. Get it right. I'm bringing mines over. Now watch this. This is why the strangers are going to be blessed. See, we looking at them. Oh, we're going to be able to do this. We're going to beat them. We're going to tell them what to do. We're going to... No, you ain't, baby. Let me tell you why. Ezekiel 36, chapter 36, verse 25. Then will I sprinkle clean water on you. You hear that, Israel? The tribe of Judah? He's finna wash your nasty tail. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean from all your filthiness, and from all your idols will I cleanse thee. Verse 26, Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 26. You're going to have a new heart. Also will I give you a new spirit. Will I put within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh, a new heart. Verse 27, and I will put my spirit into you and cause you to walk in my status, and ye shall keep my judgment and do them. Verse 28, and ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your Yah. So you tell me, we're alone in that. After you gain all that, you're going to have a new spiritual heart. You're going to have a new spirit. You're going to have a new fleshly heart. You're going to have his name engraved in you. How are you going to treat them anyway outside of righteous? Somebody tell me that. How are you going to be able to treat them anyway outside of righteous? You're not going to be able to. See how sick these camps and these men are with their mindset and way they believe things. You're not going to be able to treat them anyway. Y'all said, I'm going to be so embedded in you. You're going to walk upright, talk right, think right, feel right, look right, act right. You're going to have it all right. Plus that old serpent going to be dying. Come on now. We ain't going to have none of this on that land. So it's, see all that stuff coming. They're going to have 7 women to one wife. 7 women to one man. All this sick, Satanism, sexual, demonic, wicked thought pattern that they have is off the chain. When you're thinking like they thinking, know that you are already listed in heaven to walk in the broad gate. That's your destiny, is to walk in the broad gate. And that's dangerous to know on the earth. You see what I'm saying? So it's no way we're going to be able to treat them like they treated us. Praise the mighty Yah. And to think that he going to cleanse your nasty tails. Give you a new heart. Give you a new spirit. Take away your stony heart and give you a flesh heart. Put his name in you, and you're going to be cutting up from the floor up, talking about you got slaves. They're going to be licking your feet and kissing your feet, all that sick mess. See how sick that is, y'all? You see how sick it is? It's gone. It is gone. This is the mindset of those that's looking forward to anything over in the promised land, all the wrong things. What would be the sense for him to clean you up, clean your filthiness, and put all these new things in you? What would be the purpose if you're still going to react like you're acting now? Come on now. Why would he go to the extent doing all that for you, to get you over there and you treat them like they treated you. What sense does that make? Then Satan already tied up and bound up and muzzled up in the lake of hell. I mean, not in the lake, in the bottomless pit. But yet, so there's no more nothing. But then you're going to get over there and cut up from the floor. Come on now. We're going to treat them in a way that they're going to cleave to us like we the best thing that can happen to them. Because we are going to be the best thing that can happen to them. Because we're not going to be the people we were in this land. We're going to be people out of Yah's own heart. Come on, give them some glory. Give them some praise. Give them some honor. No, they don't want to do that because it's too much like right. We're not getting out of here thinking we're going to go somewhere else and treat somebody like they treated us. They did not treat you like no other way outside of the way that Yah placed them here to treat you. Did they go overboard? Sure, they went overboard. But by the grace and the mercy, which it won't be none later, Yah still allowed those that are also grafted in to still connect with us. And I give him all praise and all glory for that. So that's why all that stuff about 7 women to 1 man, all that stuff don't mean nothing, y'all. Don't pay no attention to that. That's for the camps and those who follow a sick mess. That's who they are for. They don't even understand. In Ezekiel chapter 36. Let me see what time I got. Okay, I got time. Ezekiel chapter 30. No, Ezekiel chapter 36 and 37. Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 37. Thou said, Ahiah, I will yet for this be inquired of by the house of Israel, to do this for them. I would increase them with men like a flock. He's going to increase it. So the 144, guess what? You got to make sure you bag that thing up. Who's coming on? The dry bones. The dry bones. The dry bones. I myself believe that the dry bones is the army of David. To be honest, that's why David gonna be present in the promised land. I think that's his army that fought in the war. The dry bones shows you that they all over the place. They scattered and they dry, meaning come from a long ways. He's gonna gather them. And let me see if he's going to put his spirit. I think he's going to put his spirit in them too. Let me see. Okay. No. Yeah, look here. This is something strange. Go to Ezekiel chapter 37. I'm live. Is it emergency? Look at Ezekiel chapter 37. I want to see where along the line the dry bones are going to be the multitude of men that the Father is going to add on to the promised land. So we're going to be in great numbers. Okay, now we'll watch this. I see here in Ezekiel chapter 37 and verse 9. Then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind. Prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus said Yah, come from the 4 winds, O breath, and breathe upon the slain, that they may live. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived, stood up upon their feet, an exceedingly great army. You see there? It was an army. That's why I was telling y'all, this is the David's army. I think that, because when it says the army, a great army, only one I can think is David. And then it pulls up letting you know David going to be there in Ezekiel 37 and verse 24. And David, my servant, shall be the king over them. I think it's the army of David. He ain't gonna bring all that sick mess and done killing and doing everything to each other. to its own and following Satan's ways 100, then you just gonna rise up and get up and go to the promise. No, I don't. And reason why I like this here, I'm gonna tell you really what I like about it. And I know I need to read more of it because I've read it over and over and over and over. But one thing I like about it is that he's letting you know that the 144 and the grafted in, the has been branched, been grafted in the strangers, and he's letting you know that he's going to send a multitude of an army, which are men, and the army is going to be a great multitude, and they're going also over to the promised land. One thing I notice about the great multitude, it's not really saying that the Father gave them his breath. So what it's leading me to understand, the Father is doing a great work right here, y'all, right here. He's doing an awesome job right here in this here. And then in Ezekiel 37 and 25, it's in 24, it says, and David, my servant, shall be the king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgment and observe my status and do them. I love that because that's letting me know the Father's going to be oh, he's going to be there. So the good news is that he revealed to us tonight how he's going to destroy Babylon. He's going to, and it reminded me similar. That's why I had to talk about that prophetess. She was right. But I saw it here myself. So she is right. She said God gave her a dream that it's going to be, it's like that ash, brimstones that came down from Solomon and Gomorrah, and that's what it says, So I knew that it wasn't going to be a war, because in Matthew's chapter 24, verse 6, he said, don't be caught up in the wars, because it ain't going to be about the wars. Okay, but then as he dropped down in verse 7, he says nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. That means we're going to destroy each other from the inside. Now, what my idea is, I'm going to say my idea because my thing, I was looking at the smoke. So when it said the other countries are going to see the smoke, then that's the same smoke that the prophetess is talking about. You remember Solomon and Gomorrah being the brimstones and destroyed? You see, and then as the stuff she said he's going to destroy it with, that's coming from the sky, that's about right. This is the smoke that they're going to see, because it's coming just like he did Solomon and Gomorrah. It was like the brimstone fire. And it came down, and see all the people over in other countries looking over, and they seeing this. They like, okay, wait a minute. And they're feeling saddened and because now the Babylon has fallen. Now, where it's kind of where it really gets me is when it says Arabians. Those were the same people who had a great part in bringing the slaves over here. They were, and that's who I always thought Obama was. That's me. I believe he's the beast, but I also believe he's an Arabian. I really do. I really do. And I believe that now I knew that they were part of the slave trade. So I know now what another prophet was talking about last week. He was saying that the beast, he said the beast is coming out of Arabia. He sure did. He said the beast is coming out of Arabia. The king of the Arabia, he's going to be the beast. That's what he said. I kid y'all not, but I'm not going to hold firm to that. But what I just read about Arabian, they are the one that's calling a lot of things in our country to be destroyed. And the sad part I had to tell y'all, you can say what you want. You can go on and talk about just great over America, get great again, and all this trash. You sick and sick. And you bound to hell if you thinking that it's not about to rain. It's not about to be destroyed. This country is destroyed, y'all. And we, as the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah, we destroyed here. Because we ain't got the sense to see it. We gone. see why he had to destroy us, because we ain't got sense no way. It bothers me to know that many of us are on these platforms and no one is spilling out spirit and truth. And that's sad. So that's why I say, well, what happened to Stephen Dorby? And now, he was spilling spirit and truth, even though he refused to even let go of his Christian for Israel, to say he's a Hebrew Israelite. He wasn't claiming that. He called himself a Christian, but he was speaking spirit and truth. 100, y'all. And that's a lot of things I did not agree, but it didn't matter. If I'm a prophet, he's a prophet, who cares? We're going to always have something in disagreement, but we were in there. We were in the body. He was in the body of Hamashiach. So it don't matter to me what part that I didn't agree with. Who am I? He was still the servant of the Most High Yah. And I can hear his messages and say, Father Yah, what happened to him? Because I know that he was just like Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, even the prophets. He was, the way he talked. I can't say he was like Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I say he was like all the other prophets that I read. He was just like that, spilling spirit and truth with the light. So I just was confused. Well, why did he have to leave? Why did he have to stay? You see? Did you see Yeshua stand? He had to leave too. So that's what the Father, he gives me the understanding of, what are you talking about? Why did he have to leave? Didn't Yeshua have to leave too? How old was he? See, if he's showing you just because you're righteous don't mean you remain. If they didn't hear me and I'm the Father, I'm the creator, what makes you think they're going to hear you? So what makes you think you can stay here because you spill in spirit and truth and you got the light and I'm all power, I'm the creator, and they don't pay me no attention. So what's there? You see, we have to see the Father that way and that way only. So, all right, Sister Deborah, anybody in the live chat, do you have any questions? I'm going to give, let's say 3 minutes if anybody who might have a question or two. Fire and brimstone. That's what is it? Suffers. I can't even pronounce it. Suffer. That's what she said it was. Exactly what she said was coming down. She saw it. She said she saw it in a dream, in a vision, even though it's saying it here too. But still in all, she was truth about that one. I appreciate you too. Praise the Most High Yah. You say in Revelation 20, those he also resurrecting in 20. Everybody's going to come up. Come up from where? Sleep. If they dead. Those do not sleep, they still body's going to be changed. Okay? So we all going to stand before. Okay, yeah. We all going to stand before. Okay, you said a study in Matthew 24. Okay, in the study in Matthew 24, is very, very simple. The disciples wanted to meet the Most High, not the Most High, Yeshua. Yeshua took them to a private location because they wanted to address some situations. So they went on Mount Olive and they asked the Father, they asked Yeshua some very important questions. And it was to let them know what would the end be like. What would be the end days? Pretty much, he said to them, like I thought, ain't none of your business. That's the first thing I said. What is it to you? You're not going to be here. Here I am here. And you asking him what the end going to be like. But I like his response. Yeshua told them, first and foremost, let me tell you, he's talking to the disciples. Be not deceived. Number one. That's powerful. That's very powerful. We're talking about Matthew 24. The reason why that's powerful, because it answered the question, my question to the Father, why do they want to know? They're not going to be here. And he was saying, Deborah, you can also think of them leaving word. I said, yeah, that's true too. But when Jesus, which is they call Yeshua, when he turned around and told them, let me tell you, first and foremost, you asking me about what it's going to be like in the end days. I'm going to tell you something right here and now. Be not deceived. Why? Because being deceived is one of the powerful punch of seeing yourself in the lake of fire. So he's telling them, in your day and time, disciples, don't y'all be deceived, because that's how it's going to be in the end days. Many going to be deceived. So he was telling them, you want to know what the end is going to be like? It's like your end. Don't you be deceived. Since you're worried about what the end is going to be like, I like to let you know the end will be like for you. Don't be deceived. And then he went on to tell them that many false prophets shall rise and do what? Deceive many. So what is the deceiving coming in? He first addressed them. Don't y'all be deceived. Because the same thing in the end days is people are going to be deceived first and foremost. But he addressed them first. Don't you be deceived. Why? Because you're talking about the end days for them, but let me tell you the end days for you. Don't you be deceived. And then he told them that many false prophets shall come and deceive many. So the key word to the end is being deceived. And this is what you see today on all these platforms, in all these churches, these synagogues, these temples, these houses. People are being deceived even in their own house. Why, Deborah? Why must you say in their own house? Because the system have brought all these platforms that people now don't have to go out to be deceived. They can stay in and be deceived as well. So then he began to tell them that first and foremost. I loved it because he addressed them like I was thinking as a prophet. What is it for you to know? You're not going to be here. But when Yeshua pulled up and said to them, let me tell you, first and foremost, don't you be deceived. In a sense, you're trying to find out what the end is going to be like. It's going to be like a lot of people being deceived. But I'm going to tell you right now, don't you be deceived, because that's your end, if you are. And then he began to tell them about, and there's going to be wars and rumors of wars. But he let them know that don't be caught up in them wars and rumors of wars, because that's not it. There's always been wars. I did not build the end on wars, you guys. Now, the end that I have created, it ain't no war. See, we take it like the way the churches and the people on these platforms and the churches and the fake people, they teach us as if Yah is going to war with Magog and Satan. No. They coming to war against Israel on the fighting ground near the promised land. They ain't going to get nowhere near Mount Zion, but they're going to be on the fighting ground. But what people don't understand, and I'm sorry that people don't understand this, and they're not going to understand this, you can't fight with a God, not the Most High Yah. Who fights against Yah? See, but when you know him like that, you know it's not going to be the war that everybody's saying it's going to be. Oh, my God. And no. Let me tell you how it's going to go. So y'all can stop and you can understand the power of my Father, because you don't know my Father. Because if you know, there can't nobody war against that right hand. How can you war with something that created everything? Do that make any sense? You see how far from truth we are? How can we war against the one that created war? How can we war against the one that created all things? You can't. That hand, too powerful. The hand alone. So what happens? When the end comes where they talking about this big war and this big war, Satan, the Father gonna say, hey, angel, take these keys. Let Satan out. Satan gonna go out to Magog and all of those others that joined together with the mighty army. They got all this firepower, this technology, all this stuff they prepared. He said, I need you to bring them. So Satan go out to do the work of the Father. Praise the mighty Yah. Satan go out. What was Satan at? Wait, where was Satan? Oh, Deborah, you know he was in the bottomless pit. Oh, I just wanted them to know that, Father, because I don't think they get it. Okay. Satan was in the bottomless pit. He told the angel, take this key, unlock, and loose Satan, so he can come up and deceive them to come on the fighting ground so I can destroy him. So Satan comes up, deceive all the army of Magog and all the ones that join him with all their firepower. They come near the land, nowhere near Mount Zion, but in the what they call the fighting ground, and Yah came from heaven and destroyed it. That's it. Tell me, where's the war? Where's the battle? Somebody talk to me. Wait, hold up. Did they have a chance? No, they didn't. Yah destroyed them from heaven. Bam! That was it. Told y'all, you don't mess with that right hand. See, that's the problem with us. We don't know the truth. Because they told us lies so long, we're going to live a lie and die a lie. Why do you say that, Deborah? That's not nice. Oh, yes, it is. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people, he calling you his people. Oh, Deborah, they are destroyed. Why are they destroyed? Lack of knowledge. Why they have lack of knowledge, Father, y'all? Because they reject spiritual knowledge. See? And that's what you see today. Nobody's getting spiritual knowledge. Everybody getting a lie and content with it. Don't have no problem with it. And calling praise the Most High Yah. Lies. But the truth of the matter is, I'm backing you back up into Matthew 24. So when he's saying about wars and rumors of wars, I wanted to add that in so y'all know you can't war against the Most High Yah. So all this Armageddon and all this, he's going to come and war with this. No, y'all, stand down. When you know who he is, you know ain't nobody going to war with that right hand. No. Not the way this sister learned who the right hand is in the wilderness, baby. You can't war with that. And then it tells you just as plain as day. He's going to get them on the fire ground. How he's going to get them? He's going to open up the bottomless pit. Satan, go get them and line them up for me. Satan going to say, okay, I will. He going to go on the line, get them fools lined up, all lined up real pretty. Satan going to line them up. Okay, y'all, all you have to do is line up real good and fight. You're going to win. Line up. And then the fire of Yah, bam, destroyed him. Satan, come on, get your tail back in here. Time for you to go to the lake of fire with the beast and the false prophet. Okay, here I come. You see what I'm saying, y'all? That's how plain it is. We just gave Satan and the world and all this sick mess all the glory. Whereas, where along the line do the Father get the glory? Come on now. He get the honor. See, that's why I glorify him. That's why I praise him. That's why I look to him. And not the flesh of men and women and a loud mouth telling you nothing. That's how easy. That's how simple. Now, if we could take that and apply it to our lives and realize it, you mean, Deborah, it's going to be that simple? You mean y'all made it that easy? Yes! You all made it hard. You all made Satan the big dog. And Satan know already, hey, y'all calling me all this, and it ain't even me. Half the time, it ain't even him. It's you, your own flesh. Your own worst enemy. So when you pull up in Matthew 24, he go on to tell you in Matthew 24 and verse 6, don't be caught up in the war, child. That ain't it. Not what I'm about to do. That ain't it. So when they keep telling y'all about wars and rumors of wars and war here, Ukraine this and Ukraine it, if you want to play on it, you play on it. But that's not it. See, he warned us that they was going to use the war. But he also warned us to don't get caught up in it, because that's not it. But I'm going to tell you what is. You're going to pull down a verse next. Matthew 24 and verse 7. Nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Now you in the purge. Now you in the war. Now here, who else is pulling up during this time? Right now, it's said to be 8 or 9 million people that came over here in less than 3 months over in this country. Y'all did not know who those people were. Let me tell you. Prisoners, mental patients, people who are sick with disease and medical issues. court, the people who are gang members in their country, they have already set it up so the people can come in on the four corners of the United States and come in. They already set it up, y'all. So that's why Revelation come telling you it's going to be a habitation of devils. Y'all, United States has allowed the devils to come in. Who gave them that right, Father? I did, Deborah. That's what time it is. Y'all want to call some time? Call that time. You see? So when you're talking in Matthew chapter 24, verse 7, nation against nation, they pulling on in to fight and destroy you. Kingdom against kingdom, they pulling on in. You want to be Crips and Bloods. You want to be Hebrew Israelites. You want to be skinheads and KKK and white supremacists. Guess what? Those they rolling in don't give a rat's behind who you are. They coming for you. So this is why Matthew 24 is connected to Revelation 18 when they go destroy Babylon. Babylon has already fallen. He's trying to get us to understand that. We think it's falling when we see some smoke. Baby, it didn't fail. That's why they're having their way. That's why that border is open. And the Europeans who and the Gentiles and the heathens who thought they rule this, we're going to make it great again and we're going to do this and do this. Guess what, baby? They fighting a losing war. Because, see, they don't know what's said in Revelation 18. They don't know what's said in Matthew 24, verse 7. They don't know nothing about that. But guess who knows it? Guess who knows what's all in there? The elites. They done read that thing from front to back and back to front. They know what's going down. That's why they don't care about you having no land. They don't care about you having no crop, no cattle. They about to destroy everything they can get their hands on. Because they got to make sure this land is at a place where the people don't have nothing and depend on nothing, nor look for nothing. But what? War against each other, which is the purge. So when you get to Matthew 24 and verse 7, that's the purge, bro. It's going to cut up from the floor. Revelation already told you. Unclean spirits, foul birds, cages. That's telling you they are bringing those people in to destroy you all. And see what happened. What makes me feel okay about it is because it's been prophesied. And also when they first brought them in, they scattered them in the Black communities. Guess what they did with them? They stopped putting them in the Black community. Now they're putting them all in the white communities and they hooping and hollering. Too late. Too late. You want to be bad. You want to be tough. Come on, KKK, pull up on them. Come on, a skinheads. You gonna pull up on them? Come on, Hebrew Israelites. You think you tough? You want to kill and beat on women? Pull up on them, because that's what time it's going to be. It's going to give everybody the opportunity. You want to be bad? Pull on up, because bad about to be bad with you. It's prophesied. You see how important it is to reason of this topic, why the servants can't unite? But if the servants can get into the oneness, they can serve as one power. But they can't come together. Because all of those who think they got something that's going to save them and deliver them from the chaos that has been prophesied, they thinking they better than you are. And they feel that they are the head because they think they got something that you don't have and don't even understand. Y'all smart. And if you think yours is smart, you messed up from the floor, because he said, I come to bring the sword between the father and the son, the mother and the daughter-in-law. Matter of fact, I come to bring the sword to divide what I divide in Genesis chapter 3 and verse 15, the serpent seed from the spiritual seed. So while you sitting here thinking yours better than somebody, and you'd have made your house holy than thou, or you'd have made your church better than everybody, that's because you deceived the multitude and the mass. Where you at? You became the head. So thereby their church is you, because you became the head. You didn't let the body of Christ come and click together. Look at them bones, y'all. Look at them bones scattered. Didn't they click together? Ezekiel said they was clicking until they all came together. Then what? He started to bring muscles and everything onto them. And then he said, hey, bro, prophesy to the wind, blow into them to give them life. Don't think that the Father can't do that with his servants as one. So if you are, no matter what state you are in, if you run up on someone that know who they are in the body of Hamashiach, and they claiming to be in the body, and Christ, the Hamashiach, is the head, it's good to commune and fellowship with those type of people. And especially if they know who they are in this body. That's who you need to be fellowshipping with, not these clowns on this devil platform. It's not going to be it. Because the trouble that you thinking you're going to escape, I took you to 2 verses. I can take you on and on, that you're going to be here to see this. So it's best that you do unite and come together and work with those that in the body of Hamashiach, versus keep connected to these clowns on this devil platform who have formed the body of their own to lead the multitude, which is sad. If y'all think about that, isn't that sad? And it's sad. The reason why I say that it's sad is because I think how I can be of use in the body of Hamashiach as one in the body of Hamashiach. And here it is right here. It's a pin needle. Can you see it? Let me see. Can you see it? See that pin needle right here? That's who I am. I'm in this body. I'm not the whole body, but I can be of use. How can you be of use, Sister Deborah? Oh, I got the gifts that says that, okay, if we are in this area, I can use this gift because it was given to me. And if the gift of discerning has been given to me since I was a little girl, that means I can discern evil and wicked miles away. You see what I'm saying? So this is the sort of thing. So if I discern this, what if I'm in the group, if I discern this, what's the best thing to do? Come with the body and say, what do we want to do? Let's come into a powerful prayer that the prophetess says that we have an evil one in the camp. Let's pray. Next morning you wake up, you'll see that person that took off running. I'm telling you, that's how simple Yah always wanted you to make it. Respecting him as the head. And anything in that body that don't belong, seek me for it. Seek me to get it out. Seek me to correct it. Seek me to burn it up. Seek me. But no, they don't want to do that. They want to seek their own knowledge and their own wisdom, their own understanding, their own opinion. Why? Because I own the land. So I should rule it. See, this is the mindset. I'm the head. I call the shots. All of that has to come into one, into the body. And you sit down and you discuss and you set ground rules. Who's who and what's what. Who calls this shot? Who does this? Who does this? And then the whole body sit and say, I'm one that agree that this one is the one that does this. I'm one that agree too. I'm the one that agree. Okay, when this one here will be the overseer of the land, not the one that owns the land, but the overseer. The owner is the owner of the land, but we need an overseer that's in the body. That's we have used our spiritual gift to discern that this person can oversee the land, but they don't want to do that. They want to make it, oh, it's me. It's got to be me. It's got to be, I own it. So I did. No. I'm going to set an example. I'm going to let you all go, but I'm going to give you this here example. Watch this. I had a son. His name was Philip. Philip lived three months. Philip came here looking, and he left here looking. This baby never smiled. He always looked at me. Philip came and he was 8 pounds, 7 ounces. He would have been 39. Yeah, 39. And Philip came, and the first thing they said Philip had was a hole in his heart. And he had a problem leading from his heart and his lungs. It's called a shunt. And he had no shunts in his lungs leading to his heart. So they built him a shunt. So this baby didn't seem like a human to me. I did everything as a mother, but it's somewhere along the line, the father was giving me this thing that he's just a passerby. He was coming to go. And he did. He died at 3 months. This baby had a really big funeral, okay? After everything was over, I wasn't one that hoo-hoo and boo-hooing and crying and so on because he was suffering. So I remember my mom had a policy on me. With that policy, any children that I have, they will pay a lump sum automatically because my mom has a policy on me as her daughter. So what my mom felt is, her and my dad, they felt, okay, Philip passed away. They was looking for the funds to come to them because they owned the policy. But the policy in which they own says if anything happened to me, they are the inheritance. But anything happened to any child that I have, I am the inheritance. They didn't like that, y'all. They did not like that. The insurance man had came, got their signatures and everything. Left. I snuck down on her dresser, picked up that policy, went into the closet and reread that bad boy. I reread it. And I said, Dad, this sounds like it's coming to me. This here is coming to me. So me and my mother was going to a revival this particular night. And I said, Mom, I want to let you know. I reread that policy. And it does not say that you and Daddy receive the funds. It says that I, the mother of any child that passed away, receives, not you that is the mother of me, that if I pass. Oh, now she got real nasty. I mean, upset and everything. We left it alone and never did talk about it. That insurance man pulled up 3 weeks later and said, I made a mistake. And I was sitting at the top of the steps. I saw his car sitting up at the top of the steps. They said, we made a big mistake. This policy don't belong to you. The funds goes to your daughter. First thing I heard my mother say, but why come? I'm the owner of it. She said, yeah, you're the owner of the policy that says if anything happened to her. But this says in the policy right here, Miss Burton, that if anything happened to her children, the funds goes to her. Just think, why would a person want to inherit funds for somebody who lost a child? You see the heart? You get what I'm saying, y'all? So he told her that they had to get my signature. So Mom, they called me down. I played like I didn't hear none of it. I came downstairs. I said, yeah. She said, well, I'm glad. My mother said, I'm glad you're still here. She said, it says that you have to sign for this because Clarence and I don't, even though we paid for the policy, they saying it goes to you. They need your signature. So I signed it, and and she told me, she said she read it and it said that, but no, I thought that was not right. My mother was talking. They got nasty with me and had attitudes. My siblings had attitudes with me and everything, all the way up until that check came to me. They still had attitudes. So what I did is I gave them half. I gave them half before I even took care of the stone, anything. I gave them half, and they was content. But I'm just showing you how nasty family could be. But just because you are the owner of that policy does not mean you the inheritor of the funds. And that's what I'm saying as far as someone that has land. Just because you're the owner of the land does not mean you own the people on the land. You see what I'm saying? So I, Sister Deborah, hope you all got something out of that. And I say unto you all, this is such a learning lesson. Both of these videos that has been put up today, it is very much spirit and truth. And I hope that each and every last one of you all got something out of it. And I appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in. And I will be back. So I say unto you, shalom and shalom.